Hello world, good day and good game to you all. Today is the day of Hotfix 1.2.18. The Ice Maiden is here and I'm very happy about this update because there are a lot of cool things in there, like choosing which spawn point you have in Albion and all that stuff. But we won't talk about the patch notes here, we will talk about the things that are not in the patch notes. So this is not a boring video that reads out all the patch notes, we are looking under the surface what has changed and wasn't mentioned. First thing that I didn't find in the patch notes, but it's there, the Wave of Light and another weapon got some range on them. The Dusk effect now has a range of 3 meter radius, which means any enemy in that radius will get the Dusk effect. And also on the restored Relic we also have an entry that says that the secondary explosions have a radius of 1 meter. Well, that sounds like it's limited to 1 meter, or is 1 meter the base value now? So all your little secondary explosions may not be that big anymore, just 1 meter. And as you know from the patch notes, we now have sockets in the archetuning tree that we need to unlock with materials that we gather from the Sigma sector. But when you look at the drop rates in Sigma sector or those 400% missions, then you may need to run a lot of Sigma sector. For example, on hard Sigma sector, the drop rate for the Fission Accelerants to open one of the sockets is 3 to 5 pieces most of the time, and you have a 1% chance to get 15 to 25 pieces of those. And you need 100 to open a socket. For each Descendant, that's a lot of grinding. Same for removing an item from the sockets, this is also 3 to 5 pieces most of the time, or the 1% chance for 15 to 25 pieces. I think you also need 100 of those, so also that's a lot of grinding Sigma sector. Speaking about drop rates, you all have read in the patch notes that we get more doggo materials in the Void Vessel, but at what cost? It will cost the drop rates of gold. The drop rates for gold there goes down to 49.5%. So if you already have a doggo and are just there for some fun and some gold, then this got reduced, I'm sorry. And also let's have a quick look at the Ice Maiden, but you get more details about the Ice Maiden in part 2 of this video. The Ice Maiden can move around 50 meter, which is big enough for the little arena. And no matter where you are in the whole arena, within 5 seconds she finds you and she chooses a target by random. So no chance to play tank there or to pull her somewhere, she's randomly choosing targets. And of course, just as the Deadbright, the weak points that hurts the most are right in her face, the sensors. Then there's also the core cover and her kneecaps. So rather go for the kneecaps than the shoulders, that might be better damage. And when you damaged her enough, then she goes into rage, and to remove the rage mode you can now go on the shoulder. The shoulders reduce the rage mode by 40% and you take some other point like the knees for example for another 20%, and then the rage mode is gone. When you have both shoulders and one kneecap, then it's over. Of course her attacks can be very dangerous, it's an abyss boss. You can get there with some chill resistance and some defense. You need defense for her charged shot, which is attack only, no chill damage in there. She has the Frozen Stamp, after teleporting around she can do that, which has a lot of chill damage and not that much attack damage. But also the other skills have a lot of chill damage, and the ground is chill too. You get a debuff from the ground, so you absolutely, as I said in every other video so far, you want to avoid touching the ground. Take a Descendant that can fly around, then she should be easy. And when you are done with her, and that is what I like the most about this update, you get a lot of vouchers. It will rain vouchers. Also after 700 vouchers in your inventory you should go shopping, because there's a 2% chance for 600 to 800 vouchers dropping. Yeah, I need to double check that again, but this is a lot. And the first thing that I will buy from this is this cute little backpack. It looks so nice. I need that. I wonder what the animations on that are. Also not in the patch notes is that we get a new prefix and a new suffix. The prefix is leading, the suffix is accounting, and I still need to check where you get those prefixes and suffixes. Maybe you already see them, then let me know, but I have to search for that still, where you get those prefixes and suffixes. And then there's one more thing incomplete in the patch notes, which is the Ingress Prime Challenger medal. That is the one that was mentioned for the fastest people in all those challenge modes. But there are also other medals like a Platinum, a Veteran and simple normal Challenger medal. You get those medals via mail, and maybe, hopefully, there are some resources in this mail too. So that was a very quick overview of some things that were not mentioned in the patch notes. There will be a part 2 in this video, maybe it's linked already on the left side or on the right side. If not, then stay tuned, I will make a second part with even more details, because those are just the things that I found in the first minutes of play. Until then, have a great one, have fun with this update, good game, goodbye.